Today's story is titled 33 Years, 13 Skulls, a Curse, and an Incomplete Truth. Situated in the Aravalli Hills during the 80s, on a deserted path where screams were often heard and the sound of mourners' lament could be heard far and wide, the construction of the highway was progressing. And when the area was excavated, what was found there was spine-chilling. 13 skulls and an old wooden comb with broken teeth. The police were informed, and the construction of the highway was postponed for some time. The forensic report increased the terror. All skeletons were of women, and the method of murder was the same, throat-slitting. The next revelation from the forensic report was that all 13 were sisters. The suspense was at its peak. Even the pages of history were unaware of such an event until today. The search continued, leading them to an ancient mansion nestled in the mountains, deserted for decades. In the surrounding areas, villagers at night, screams filled with terror were heard that would make one's hair stand on end. And the silence during the day was as desolate as a graveyard. When the mansion was investigated, secrets began to unravel. 33 years ago, there was a splendid wedding in that mansion. Guests from far and wide brought excitement and grand celebrations. But a terrible truth was hidden behind the festivities. A mistake in the transaction turned into a conflict, and it came to a point where the people from the mansion killed all the guests except for 13 sisters. They were captured, left hungry and thirsty, subjected to physical and mental torture, and handed over to a cruelly directed ritual. They were being prepared for a demonic ritual to take place on the night of the new moon, 3 days later. It was to be ensured that they were sexually active and not virgins at all. Then their throats were to be slit and blood collected. It was also necessary to ensure that they wore not a single garment nor any ornament. Not a single hair was to remain on the body, nor was any metal to be used in the process. As a result, for this ritual, all their hair was to be plucked out with a wooden comb with sharp teeth. Their heads were to be buried together and their bodies burned together. Such brutality is hardly witnessed, as endured by those 13 sisters for 3 days and nights. One of your sisters knew the art of writing in shorthand. She cut out letters from various newspapers. A message of their plight was found, stuck behind a grand portrait of an ancient ancestor of the mansion. We 13 sisters were imprisoned in this mansion. Nights passed with screams, hunger haunted by day. The mansion's demons were sacrificed to lust. We are your sisters. Our curse will annihilate the entire lineage. As one read on, the truth was being revealed in an unimaginable way. Further investigation revealed this family didn't do it for dowry, but because the 3 brothers at home were not for the edge. They were suffering from a disease called HIV, which was incurable. Caught in the web of superstitions of Agoris, this cruel path was chosen for cure. They wanted to establish a relationship only in a house where there were exactly 13 sisters. No less, no more. The chaos in the transaction was merely a facade. Their real goal was to complete a ritual with those 13 sisters. These facts were hard to find and were discovered by a cook who fled to another country witnessing this brutality, but came forward to testify upon reading about it in newspapers. Upon inspection, no living heir of the mansion was found. After cruelty, within just 3 years, all 31 members of that dynasty either died slowly in accidents or went missing. Seeing the uncanny incidents around the mountains, everyone understood that the curse of the 13 sisters was true. They never troubled the villagers, only punished the demonic family of that mansion. The question was that if she had taken her revenge within those 3 years, then why those wailing screams still? And what is the solution? because justice had already been served by her. Now whom to punish? Perhaps the purpose of your sister's screams was to reveal the truth of their suffering to the world, so that their cursed past would not be forgotten. The file was closed, and the skulls were ceremonially burnt in a grand ritual for peace of the souls, and everyone prayed. Whenever someone commits a brutality in that area, the screams still echo in the winds. Cruelty never ends sweetly, like a warning. The events described in the story are fictional and are not intended to offend any caste, religion, or community. Avoid such screams by staying away from superstitions, because the end of superstition also comes from a superstition. Everyone has their own truth and their own perspective. Watch the story for entertainment only, and if you like it, share it with friends. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions, please write them in the comment box.